All right, now that we have a feeling for what a function of two variables is and kind of how we can represent it graphically, we're just going to do a quick example working with evaluating a function of two variables, looking at its domain, things like that. And we're going to think about the specific function f of xy equal to the square root of 9 minus x squared minus 4y squared. And this is a function, so we can go ahead and evaluate it at any point. So for example, if we wanted to evaluate f of 2 comma 1, then all we do is we set x equal to 2, y equal to 1 in the equation for f. So that gives us 9 minus 2 squared minus 4 times 1 squared. So that's square root 9 minus 4 minus 4. Square root 1 is just 1. So hopefully evaluating functions of two variables feels very familiar. And then the domain is going to be defined similar to how if you had y equal to f of x, you would check for x that are an appropriate domain. So you just want to make sure plugging in x. Okay. Doesn't break the function is how you would know that y equal to f of x is fine. And so now that we have a function of two variables, we just want to make sure that plugging in x and y doesn't break the function. Didn't give myself enough room there. And so for us, we've got a square root. That means that anything we plug in should make what's inside the square root positive or 0. Because anything negative would give you imaginary numbers. And so this sort of is telling us our domain. That x squared plus 4y squared, if I move it over to this side, has to be less than or equal to 9. And so that's an ellipsy kind of region. In xy, that's a thing like that, kind of. And so if there's anything in the shaded region right here, we know that we could plug in those x and y and get a meaningful value out for f of xy. And then the range, oops. The range is going to be determined by the domain. So f of xy is biggest. When you take f of 0, 0 equal to the square root of 9 minus 0 is just 3. And it's going to be smallest once you reach the x squared plus 4y squared that's strictly equal to 9. And I guess one that would do that is if x is 3 and y is 0, then you're going to get square root 9 minus 0, which is 0. And so the range is just going to be 0 less than or equal to f less than or equal to 3 is the range. I wrote it up here because I ran out of space down there. There was our domain, though. And there was our function evaluation. Those are just the basic ways we can work with functions of two variables.